Hi, everybody. So my client's back. She wore these Christmas winter nails for about 4 weeks. So we're just going to take everything off. So I'm going to start by taking off these big stones. I'm just going to go around it with my e-file, making sure that my nipper will be able to cut them off. So I'm just carefully going around them, getting rid of that extra gel in the middle of these three stones. And next, I should be able to just clip them off like so. And these bigger stones are easier to remove than the smaller stones. Small stones, oh my God, that is so much work to take off. Yeah, so I rather remove these big stones than the small ones. And once I've got rid of these big stones, I'm going to go ahead and remove all the colors from the nails. I will be back in frame shortly. So sorry. Um, yeah, so I'm just going to remove all the polish and make sure that there's no lifting. I believe she didn't have any lifting except for one middle finger, just a tiny bit of lifting, and the rest was just, stuck on real good. So this design was very pretty, um, but I didn't have any time to film it. I was in a real hurry. It was really busy during the Christmas weeks. So yeah, I just had to hurry up because my next client was waiting. So now it's time to remove her cuticle tissue, and as always, I'm using my small rounded drill bit. Yeah, I'm hardly applying any pressure and just gently uh, going around the cuticle area, making sure that all that cuticle tissue is removed off of her nail plate. Because if you don't, it's going to cause a lot of lifting. And I really don't want to damage her natural nails, so I'm being really careful not to apply too much pressure because you will get the ring of fire. I really don't want that. And like I said, everything was still on very good except for this middle finger. That was the only finger that had a little bit of lifting. That is easily fixed. And I just think it's so satisfying to remove that cuticle tissue and see it just flake off the nail, basically. Yeah, always love that part. So now it's time to really scrub that nail, making sure all the oils and dirt are removed from the nail plate. I really don't want to get any lifting, and I'm trying to make sure that I use a the clean side of my wipe with every nail. So don't use the same side on all of the nails because you'll just transfer the oils and dirt to the next nail. The pinky is the only one that gets a used side, but that never caused me any trouble. So that's fine. So now I'm going to go in with my rubber base clear. It's perfect for, great adhesion. I'm just going to get it over the entire nail and on the part where there's new nail growth. This will ensure that I will get no lifting. So I'm going to do that for all of her nails. And once that's cured, I'm going to go in with this new color acrylic gel. What's its name? I forgot. Wait a minute. Yeah, so it's called Milky. It's a very, very soft pink, as you can see, with a kind of a whitish tone to it. It's just a very lovely base color. So just a small bead to make the infill. Yeah, and I'm just going to get it where I need it, and I'm trying to smooth it out best as I can. But I'm not going to do a lot of work smoothing it out because it's just a lot faster using my file to do that than keep brushing over it. So now I'm going to take off the inhibition layer and just have to make sure that you're not going to go over the skin with that because it's uncured product. So please just stay on top of the nail with your wipe and don't go all over the skin because it will cause allergies in the long run. So now I'm doing my basic shaping using my hand file. And again, of course, she wants her coffin shape. So side wall first, next lower arches, make sure that the nail is going straight out of the side wall. And she always has her natural nails underneath. So um, I just try to make it as perfect as I can. And once I've done that to all of the nails, I'm gonna go ahead and use my electric file to do most of the shaping. And if you're careful and do this in a correct manner, you won't have to do a lot of filing afterwards. Um, you could do no filing, but yeah, I don't know. I just love to go over it with my hand file and make sure that everything is nice and crisp and on point because sometimes using your e-file, you're missing some spots and you will have um like some like irregularities, and I really don't want that. It will show through the polish and especially later on with your top coat. But this one's already done, so as you could see, there wasn't a lot of filing to do. Um, yeah, this is my rubber base clear, and we had a certain design in mind, and it just wasn't working out, so we switched it up. So now we've got a design with some turquoise stones in it, and I'm just going to blend that with some 3D carving gel. And I mixed way, 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 way too much of this. So I'm just praying that some other client would want some turquoise stones because, yeah, I've made a lot, like a lot. Yeah, but it's fine. So I ended up mixing some darker green into the mix and some white because I wasn't getting the color that I wanted. And now I'm just going to go ahead and add some chunks of black to the mix, just random, just going to get it in there. I don't want it in a straight line or anything because I want to create like that turquoise stone look. So now I'm just going to fold it and mix it up just a tiny little bit. So Just trying not to get the black on top of the black because it won't give a nice mixed look. And I don't want to create a blend. I really want the black and the blue to stand out next to each other. So it's gonna have to be careful with how many times I fold the gel. And if you're working with these types of gel, please wear gloves. It's still a gel. Yeah, you really don't want that onto your skin. So the mix is getting there. It's giving it a nice look. And I don't want all those straight lines. I want it to be, just everywhere in every direction, like a marbled look. And she wanted, because she's going to this Western weekend, she's going to look at a lot of horses and stuff. So it also had this native kind of vibe to it. And she found some hand painted designs that she wanted to incorporate in her overall nail design. So we decided to go ahead and add some nice feathers to the mix, and I think everything came out really nice in the end. So this is Soakz Gel Polish 259. I'm gonna use that on 3 of her nails, and I'm going to use 171 on the rest of her nails. And I'm gonna do 2 thin coats of both polishes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up her thumbs first because that's just what I like best. That's what works best for me. If that doesn't work for you, just go ahead and move on to the rest of the nails. But I just like it when the thumbs are just finished, done, and pretty. Yeah, so it's all good. So now I'm going to create like this turquoise stone on her nail. Yeah, I'm just going to create a nice shape, whatever, pops the mind. And I'm gonna work with this gel with some cuticle oil. I just love using cuticle oil on these types of gels because, it will smooth everything out really nicely and you won't get any white spots. If you're using alcohol, you might get some white spots on your gel, and it's really hard to get rid of that. And I just think it looks really ugly. And for me, it's a lot harder to work with these gels using alcohol, so I just prefer, yeah, some cuticle oil. And you don't need much; just need just a little bit. Like you know, a little bit goes a long way and it doesn't interfere with your top coat or curing or whatever, so it's perfectly fine to use the cuticle oil. The only downside is that it's obviously less sticky if you wanted to create like a little uh, puppet or something, with arms and legs. You just yeah, that's a little bit harder. Maybe you would have to apply some rubber base to make everything stick again. Oh wow, when I'm looking at it from this angle, like in the camera, it looks like it's not centered, but trust me, it's centered. I don't know. Why it looks so off center in the camera, well, that's a little bit better, but trust me, the stone is centered. Yeah, so I'm just making different stones on her nails. I don't want any. Well, the nails will match, of course, but they won't be the same. Every nail will be just a little bit different. So now I'm taking out my caviar beads, different sizes, like the big, thick ones, and some smaller ones, and some smaller ones. I ended up throwing away a lot of these, which I really hate doing, but couldn't save them either. So, yeah, too bad. But I'm just going to get these around the stone, create a nice caviar border, and I'm going to work with the different sizes when I'm starting to work towards the tip of the stone. So this first part is cured. Next, I'm going to apply two of these feathers. I think they are really cute. I've hardly used them. I've only used them once before, I believe, maybe twice. I don't know, but definitely not more than that. And I've got these a few years now, so yeah, always good to finally use something that you bought. And now I'm gonna go in with my Top Gel No Cleanse. I'm just gonna go all over it and seal everything in. And I think this stone came out really, really nice. I just absolutely love this look. And same thing for this nail. I'm just gonna get it all over the feathers and everything. I'm just gonna seal it in tightly. So they are done. Next, the other fingers. Yeah, so this is gel polish 171, a lovely brown color. And on the index finger and middle finger, we are going to create some hand painted designs with this native look. And the other two nails will be the same color as her thumb again. Had some little fuzz over there in her cuticle area, but that's gone now. And same thing, just I'm just gonna apply two thin coats. So next I'm gonna go in with my paint gel black and create the first design. Um, yeah, so I went ahead and painted on that design, and yeah, I hated it instantly. It looked really bad. I really wasn't happy with how that turned out. But no worries, you will see me take it off in a little bit. So I really liked the design on her middle finger, so I decided to just go ahead and stay in that vibe, just recreating that same look on the other nails, but just a little bit different, maybe upside down or halfway or whatever. But I've decided to go ahead and make things a little bit easier for me because yeah, it just wasn't working out, and that one did. So yeah, decided to go ahead and stick with it. But then this happened. Do you see what she did? Look at all that fuzz. Look at it. Oh my god. Yeah, so she got I don't know what she did, but she touched her uh sweater. Yeah, it's one of my biggest um I think it annoys me the most of all when people touch their clothing and those little fuzzies get stuck in the gel polish, and it's so hard to get that off. And once you think you got rid of it, once you start to top coat, I don't know, they magically appear from everywhere again. It's like, they were hiding or something. It's awful. But I forgave her, so it's fine. So I've decided to go ahead and add some of the same blue gel polish, the same color as the turquoise stones, and add it to the design. And I think it really makes it pop. And I think it looks really good incorporating all the nails. So next I'm going to go in with my top gel matte. So these dark brown nails will be matte and the rest will be glossy again. And yeah, once I've started top coating, some fuzzies were still appearing. Oh, yeah, I know. It's fine. It's fine. It all worked out. And for these two nails, again, I'm going to go ahead and use the carving gel to create some of these stones again. And I'm using my silicone tool to make it, straight and kind of sharp, but not too sharp, obviously. And same thing for the other hand. And like I said, they are not going to be the same. Every nail will be just a tiny bit different. But that's the way she likes it best. And if it was up to her, she would even switch colors on each hand. But I did want to have like a nice uniform look. Than making a mess out of it, and I think I succeeded quite nicely. So while doing this nail, I realized that I wanted to do something else. So I will take this off and I will grab a silver ring and just apply it, and then apply the carving gel on top of that. Just to give it a different look, just a little bit different than working with the caviar beads again. And I did the same thing on her other pinky, but for her other pinky, I've used an oval shape. And I found some of these flat silver um, circles, um, and I really liked how they looked. So I've decided to incorporate these two into the design. And once I was done with that, she wanted another feather on her pinky nail, which I did add on, but you will see that later on. And once that's cured, again, it's time to go in with my Top Gel No Cleanse and just seal it all in. And I really like the glossy look, over these stones. It just really makes it pop, I think. Yeah, really pretty. And after I've cured everything, I did go ahead and clean up underneath her nails because they are the natural nails and sometimes they get a little bit of a discoloration. But I forgot to film that part. And here are her nails. Don't they look pretty? I absolutely love how they came out. I think they are just gorgeous. Yeah, really happy with that. I absolutely love these stones, so I'm really hoping that someone else will make me get rid of that carving gel. Look how glossy, so pretty. Yeah, really nice. So I really hope you've liked this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I wish you all a very good day. Goodbye.